Alright, Altars by Kronos is going to bring you a video here. My son's playing next to me, so if you hear him, hopefully that doesn't bother you at all. Alright, so I played Andre. He's from Italy. You saw me play him one match before, and that was a cool game, but unfortunately we had to go. I had a bunch of people walk in, and it took a lot of family time after that. He's a really cool dude, so I just wanted to bring another couple games here. So him and I were playing. You can see it kind of on his little piece of paper. We played quite a few games. So at this point we were working together to try and make small adjustments because I needed a little more input, and hopefully you guys have some. You can listen to what we're doing. So I laid the deck out the way it was last, and what I'm finding here in this version, lions are not as good as I need them to be. So where I'm slacking is not what I need lions for. What I'm slacking is what I kind of needed pixies for. So I'm going to leave this kind of up so you can kind of see it. And we're going to make a lot of discussions here. And I'm going to kind of fast forward a hot second, and you'll see me remove the lions. And I went back to the original 2 elves, 3 birds. I feel like that actually was much better. I needed one more drop. And the elves are just an additional little hitter. So what I ended up doing was walking through everything and saying, hey, I don't like the Suchis in the sideboard. They ended up hurting me every time against a lot of games. Much more than they helped me with the way I play my deck. So I was like, hey, let me put some pixies in. So I removed the chains and put the pixies in. So now you're looking at basically the same deck, except I want 1 card heavier. And I threw an Armageddon main deck. And that's where I'm kind of changing this out. I did take the lions out. At this point, I was helping my kid here real quick. And you'll see me kind of put this all together. I tried to shuffle it as fast and as best as I could here real quick. Alright. So there's the roll. Again, thanks Andre if you ever watch this video. I just want to say thanks, man. I really appreciate you. You're one of the nicest guys I met. And you're a really, really good Magic player. So we're going to draw our 7 here, and we're going to see what goes on. Now just mind you, he's in Italy, and at this point it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So we got 2 games in. We didn't get to play the 3rd. So I'm going to put the 2 games here, and hopefully we get to play a bunch more, and we'll actually have a full round of 3 at some point. But he's about 6 hours ahead of me, so I'm trying to play 3 games against somebody that far away. I kind of feel bad making him stay up past 1 in the morning. I don't really remember the start I had. I had too many games to remember the defenses here. But I play a Plateau, and I play a Savannah. I played an Elf. Oh, that's right. I actually had some pretty good cards, but I was short on green. So now I'm pretty much set. I know exactly what he's going to do as well as all the other decks. They're going to try and get double blue up as fast as possible. Whether they have a counterspell or it's an illusion. Now I'm more than fixed on every color in my deck, and I can play every card in my deck minus the Shooting Dragon at the moment. I'm trying to decide which order I kind of want to do things here. I'm going to play a Pixies. Now I know I have this reversed, but for his screen, he sees it the correct way. So I do switch it back because he's okay with me switching it. So a little bit I'll flip my screen so you guys see it the correct way. I changed my dice here so I have better dice. Comes the strip line. This is where I realized he didn't really have a counterspell, I don't think. And I feel like he would have played removal. So this is where I kind of went, I think I might have a little bit of a quick edge here. because he has to try and decide, is he going to take one of my sources out? How's he going to play this out? Swing for 2 first to see what he does. He takes it. That tells me he doesn't have a quick removal tool, or he's keeping Counterspell open out of fear, because I could have an Armageddon, I could have all kinds of stuff, and really kind of mess his day up a little bit. This is where I'm going to kind of go for it and see what he does. I'm going to play Urnham, because if he is holding 1 Counterspell for something big, he's going to use it here. But this tells me if he uses it that he doesn't have any other Counterspells. So let's see what he top decks here. There comes the Abyss. And this is where I'm going to see if I can pop this out quick. This is where I realized, wait a minute, I tapped wrong. Since we're playing for fun and we're messing around and we're kind of discussing the fact that I had to kind of remember for a hot minute. I'm like, wait a minute, does Abyss still kill it? And yes, it does, because I did in my upkeep. I usually try and do an end step, but I wanted to put the Urnham out to bait whatever he had. And he did not have a Counterspell, he had an Abyss. So I did lose my elf on it, but I kind of took his main engine for removal away. Beautiful signed Abyss, by the way. This guy's amazing cards. Again, Andre, thanks, man. If you ever see Andre, you guys ever play down there or you're around him, give him a big high five, man. He's a really good Magic player. My son's having fun. He's watching Cars, and he has all his cars out, and he's setting up a track, and he's just having a blast. So, if this bothers you, it is what it is. If you don't know, my son has some extra needs, and he's a wonderful boy. But when he's excited, he's excited. This is where I'm a demonic tutor. Now, I didn't say this ahead of time, and I almost forgot. The reason I cut off the beginning games is we had some issues. Somehow, while we were playing, something changed on his machine and turned the sound off. I couldn't hear him. So we ended up spending about 15 minutes in the middle of one of the games, and then I had to spend some more in the middle of one of the games trying to figure out what my son was looking for. I didn't realize his favorite toys were in his book bag, so it took me a minute to realize what he needed. So I had to cut those videos out for a little bit because I don't want you guys to see a lot of nothing in the middle of games. This is where the strip comes out, which is actually great timing because if I remember right, I picked up a Armageddon. So the plow on the Urnham and the strip kind of set me back a little bit. That was a good top deck for him. He has great luck with those. And he's realizing, wait a minute, can I please take that back? That's not the move I should play. And this is why him and I really respect him, because him and I were doing this to learn. So if you're watching this video, you can learn by what we're doing to correct all of our mistakes. So he's like, no, the play is definitely play the book, play a time walk. And now he's got to keep some extra mana, so he's not going to use the strip again. But this is where he didn't realize I pulled an Armageddon. Oh, since I had a lot of fun timing here. But he is not sure what I grabbed. I think he's thinking I grabbed a Mind Twist or something, which a lot of people would. And there's an Armageddon. And he's just going to scoop. He has no way, he doesn't have a shot at protecting that one. Now, we had a little discussions about sideboard, so I'll stop here for a quick second. So, I ended up taking things out, so my sideboard is actually smaller at the moment, and we were discussing, hey, wait a minute, I should put a second Armageddon in here, and a few other cards. So we ended up making small amount of changes, and what I decided upon was I'm going to stick with the one Armageddon main. I'm going to do the 3 Divine Offerings. I'm going to have a total of 2 Armageddons in my sideboard, 1 in my main deck. I'm still going to stick with the Greater Realm because I know that is one more for red, and it's really not to stop burn decks as much. It's basically for me to decide to stop big black creatures and or the big burn spells. It's basically a deterrent for people, and it seems to work for me, and it's just the way I go. I do keep the Terror in there because that is an awesome against dibs and different things like that. I do keep the 2 Crossroads. I keep the Balance. I keep the 2 Red Elemental Blasts, and this is where it kind of changes. So I ended up putting a Serra Angel in there because if I'm playing somebody who has a COP, or I think they might COP in, I might take my Dragon out and put an Angel in. Against artifact decks like robots and stuff, I actually put 1 Shatterstorm and 1 Spirit Link. I'm going to try it out. I'm not sure if the Shatterstorm is going to be as beneficial because I can get blasted. But a Spirit Link is also really good, either to help me or to hurt someone else. So I might take the Shatterstorm out and play 2 Spirit Links. So this is kind of where we were talking for a hot second. So I'm going to fast forward this so you can kind of see the thought process. We were talking about how against the deck, I've played 4 Disenchants main. So we were talking about I really should only put in about 2 Divine Offerings. Because a third is going to be an overkill for the deck in some cases. That's a little far. Alright, so that's where I'm at the moment. And if you're some of the guys that are giving me input through Discord or Instagram, I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I really, really do. So he starts with a Tundra, 2 Moxen, so they have 4 right away, which is a book right away. So that's a problem for me. That's a big problem for me. So now I'm thinking, oh boy. Alright, I'm going to throw the Ape out. So he's a 2-3, but I'm behind the game already. If I remember right, I had a decent hand, but I was hoping to draw something, and I kept drawing into lands. So I was kind of like screwed here. Now I do play in his 61 cards, so I'm hoping to get less and less lands. I really don't need that many lands. And there's the Balance right away, and he only has 2 cards left in hand. This is what wiped me. This hurt bad, if I'm not mistaken. So right now I'm trying to decide, alright, what 2 cards should I hold? He has 2 cards. He's using a Balance. Does he really have a counter spell or 2 counter spells and a removal? Like, I'm trying to decide what he has. I'm thinking at this point he's behind the game, so he's trying to get cards out of my hand. So I took a little bit of a gamble here, and that's what I'm deciding. If I remember right, I did not have the best hand, like I said before. I shouldn't have kept it, truthfully. There's lands. I thought if I had a bunch of lands, I had a higher chance of drawing non-lands, but I kept drawing lands, which you'll see here in a second. Oh, look, another land. So I'm going to try and do the Urnum, and this is where I'm like, okay, did he have? And yes, he did. He had the counter spell. That's where it hurt. Gargoyle. He's going to draw an extra card. That book is dangerous. If a book sticks, it might be game if you let it stick for too long. You can't let books stick on the table. But we were playing as non-sideboarded, so I did not side in the removal or any of that kind of stuff, and neither did he. We were just playing straight up to see exactly how things played. And this is where he's, again, awesome luck, top deck and plow. From what I understood later, I believe he top decked that counterspell before the balance. So that's basically two amazing top decks in a row. Otherwise, he would have been in serious trouble. And that's it for me. This is where it starts getting real bad. Try and throw a dragon down. Just gotta let something happen eventually, right? What is he top deck? I'm not sure what he top decked, but it was not actually that plow. If you watched his hand, he pulled the plow into the spot he drew and played it. That's a really good thing to do. You can mess around with a hand for a high second, but that usually also gives it away if you're paying attention. Because if someone had a plow they just top decked, they're usually going to slap it down pretty quick. That's where I'm, okay, can I get a gargoyle out? There's a nice top deck for him. I pretty much know this game is probably over at this point, but we're going to play it through anyway to see what happens. But that book hurt a lot. I have a lot of removal in here for that stuff, but I just was not drawing it. I was drawing a lot of lands this game. There, see, he's like, hey, switch that around. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks, man. So, here's a better view for you guys. Swing in for 2. So I'm trying to disenchant the book now. So I'm trying to stop him from continuously drawing so much. So on his end step, I disenchanted it in response. That's basically what I want to do. So when he tapped all his mana to tap the book, I disenchant response. Got rid of the book. What do you see with this guy top decks? Ready? Here's the land. Now here's just. Oh, that was not a top deck, but he had another book in his hand. I think he main decks 4 books, 3 or 4 books. Not exactly sure. Swing for 2. And put him down. Now he's getting there, so I'm like, okay, Pixie. This is why I needed that book on. That extra draw is just brutal. I don't really care about factories and all those other things. They don't bother me. It's very rare that I die to factories. If I die to factories, I'm dead anyway. I got bad draws, bad game. Magic odds were not on my side that day. And there's another book. I do love his deck too. He main decks a Mirror Universe, and I'm in love with that deck. I think that's cool as hell. I have a version a lot like that, and I played 2 Millstones, and I was going to main deck a Mirror Universe in it. I'm messing around with it. I'll eventually do a deck tech with it. I had my buddy play at the next tournament, actually. And this is where I was trying to get him down. So now he's within death range. I'm like, okay. What's he going to do to stop it? This is where I kind of like did not expect this to happen. Mirror Universe. Okay, no problem. I can take care of the Mirror Universe. I'll be able to kill him beforehand. I'm thinking I can get him down and I have a chance. Nope, but he has a Time Walk along with the Mirror Universe. Well, that's it for that. There goes all that life I had, and I think he goes way up there. A lot of people will not main deck Mirror Universe, but I like Mirror Universe. Now, if you didn't notice, he tapped the City of Brass, pumped it into his factory before he switched lives. Hanging down another one. If you look, I'm at 6 now. So I went from all of that, about to win the game, to 6 life. I went to plow, and he countered it out. So now I'm like, oh crap. This is where I was talking about. If I'm taking damage at this point, like if I'm dying to factories, it's a little late for me. So now I'm gonna try. Oh, let's see what I got. Pretty sure I got to land again. So I'm going to try and decide how I want to swing this. I'm going to hit him for 2 flying. I'm going to keep the pixie up. Because I think, no, it wasn't a land. I think I had a plow in my hand. Plow or a bolt. I was going to take care of both of those factories. Possibly one. My idea was I can take care of at least one. But what is he top deck? He top decks a Chaos Orb. And there goes the Pixie. Pixie just got eaten by a Chaos Orb. Now I'm going to try and go, okay. I'm going to plow that. Try and keep myself alive. Nope, counterspell. And that's all she wrote. Great guy, he's awesome. I think he shows here and waves goodbye to everybody. Wanted to say hello and goodbye at the same time. Since it is 1 o'clock in the morning over there, he decided I need to go to bed because I have stuff I need to do in the morning. So, yep, that's when I realized, wait a minute. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning over there. Alright, so those are some fun games. Hopefully we'll have some more going. I have other decks I want to play around. But I wanted to go over that because I thought they were great games. There's a lot of lessons and stuff people can learn from in there. It was a lot of fun. So if you see that guy, play with him. He's awesome. Really nice dude. Have a wonderful night, everybody.